welcome back to the Mookie Chilson channel, and you are looking live at another cue card. This is a Garfield show redux. Because if it is Sunday in New Jersey, there is a 50-50 chance that there is a card show happening in Garfield. And if it's happening in Garfield, I'm more than likely there rummaging through cardboard looking for deals and finds. And so I did find them today. So today I'll go through, I'll tick through this. So we got some Wax Pack War results. Son of Mookie has bailed on the recording, so you will not hear him. But I'll show you what I got. We have an overpriced Seaver, question mark. I want you to help me figure out that I paid too much. We have a dollar card Bonanza, which I hope we'll find interesting. The first home run, which is a little tease about the first home run. We have a 51 Bowman blowout that includes a pinhole first. So you're going to want to stick around for that. And you will also want to stick around for the grand finale, which I have emphasized with yellow highlighter to show you what's important. And it revolves around two cards of the Brooklyn Battery from the 1950s. And a little bit of a mystery involved in one of them that maybe you will have some thoughts on. I'd love to hear what you have to say. But let's begin with the results of the Wax Pack War between Son of Mookie and I. And we started opening our 1989 Topps Wax Packs right when I got home from the Garfield show. He wouldn't come with me. He wanted to stay in bed. So I let him. And we opened these packs. There are 11 more like this in the garbage. 12 packs for $5. And you're not pulling anything golden out of those packs, trust me. You got, Hall of Famers and a Biggio rookie and Smoltz rookie and nothing great, but I loved opening these packs as a kid. There's a Gil Hodges, Turn Back the Clock. And I still love opening them now. A little guilty pleasure. But my favorite card is the top card in that stack, the Mark McGwire 89. Not because of the front of the card, although the front of the card is beautiful, but because of the back of the card, which has the great gum stuck effect. This is just one of my favorite things. This is what happens when you package food product in with your baseball card product. The food will stick to and make stains on the cardboard. This is a blowout too. We were missing the middle. There's the stain, and we got the sort of bookend effect going on. So this is just one of my favorite anthropological finds from this era of opening packs that you would never see today, but it's so super cool to me. I'm nerdy. Here's my overpriced Seaver. This is one of those 1970 Topps oversized cards on the super thick cardboard. I've been looking for one of these for a little while, but I don't want to pay a lot. And so when I saw this one that was super damaged, I thought, well, maybe I'll go for that. As you can see, it's got writing on the back, a very damaged corner here. Again, I'm just looking for my Tom Seaver PC to sort of check a box. 1970s, beautiful. And when I saw it, it was inside this wrapper. This is how it was, sitting on a card amongst a bunch of modern cards with that sticker on it. And I said, oh, $5? I said, okay, I'll take it. And the guy said, actually, it's $10. And I said, oh, well, the sticker, that says $5. And he said, yeah, that was the only sleeve we could find that would hold it. And I said, okay, well, how about $7? And he said, yeah, sure. And so I paid him $7. And the oversized, overpriced Tom Seaver is mine. So let's go to the dollar card Bonanza, and what a bonanza it was. This is a Christy Mathewson card from the from the 50th anniversary of Topps in 2001. I've never seen this card before. Apparently they made a set called Before Topps of players that they would have loved to have made cards for, but they never got a chance to. Christy Mathewson was way retired by then. And so I had talked to my buddy Sammy Thunder, who I usually see at Garfield, and I said I'd keep an eye out for Christy Mathewson cards for him. And so I found one. This was $1, and so I picked it up. I also, in that stack of cards, picked up this one. This is Martin Diego, who is, of course, the Cuban baseball legend who played for the New York Cuban Giants in the Negro Leagues, and of course in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and never had a Topps card, and so they made this card of his beautiful image there. And I've learned so much about Martin Diego from my buddy Orlando from A Collector's Dream that this card for $1 was a very no-brainery, nice shiny card. This card, again, was $1. An autographed Butch Husky 1996 Leaf Signatures card. And I had stopped collecting cards by the time this card was put out. But I was a Mets fan and watched lots of Mets games and knew Butch Husky was going to be the next great thing. A lot of Mets fans thought he was going to be great. They moved him from third to the outfield when he couldn't field. He never really sort of lived up to the promise and the hype. But if I was collecting cards, I guarantee I would have tried to get this card and probably way overpaid for it. So when I find this in a dollar bin, it's a great reminder to me that although I did miss many years of collecting, that also means that I probably spent that money on something more important than a Butch Husky autograph. So $1. And then also, speaking of Mets cards, this is, of course, the combo card of Jackie Gleason and David Cone. Now, I've never seen this card before, never seen this set before, and I could not understand looking at this card. It was genuinely shocking for me to see in the card. I probably looked like Jackie Gleason looks right now when I saw this card, and I read it on the back, and it turns out that this was an Idols series that Pinnacle put out. Players on the same cards with their idols, and David Cone idolized Jackie Gleason, the star of the Honeymooners, who was, one of the great comedy icons of the mid-century. David Cone, the strikeout ace of the Mets at one point, loved Jackie Gleason. So just a bizarre card. For $1? Sure. Speaking of the Mets, I'm going to stay with the Mets. We're now going to the first home run. Who hit the first home run? This guy. This is Jeff Leonard, San Francisco Giants, 1985. Your old pal Mookie came to his first baseball game ever with his father, all the way up on the huge escalators at Shea Stadium, plunked down in his seat, looked up, and watched Jeff Leonard smash a home run over the left field wall off of lefty Tom Gorman. The air got sucked out of the stadium. I got totally deflated. Wait a minute, they're not supposed to go up. Jeff Leonard hit the first home run, and he signed this card with a little like Pac-Man smiley face thing at the end of it there. So I picked up this card today, got it for $7. So very cool. Mets rallied to come back in that game to win, by the way, just so you know. So let's move to the Bowman Blowout. This is a stack of Bowman cards that I paid $20 for. This is Sam Jethro's 1951 Bowman, his second year card, which I love, not because it's got all kinds of damage on the back. It's got the wax and a pretty good crease there, but because his hands are stacked the wrong way. So maybe I'm wrong about this, but I know he's a switch hitter, so maybe this is a follow through or some kind of weird, I don't know what's going on here, but Sam Jethro's hands are upside down on that bat. But pretty cool card. Anyway, this next card, I would not have bought if it were not for the constant evangelizing of Adam from A Vintage Sanctuary, who has Lopat, Rashi, and Reynolds on his mind at all times. So he put them on my mind when I see. And so, as I said to him in a chat last night, you have to sell high and buy Lopat. So I bought Lopat on this one, a $3 paper loss on the back card. But I am now Clubbies Adam with this Eddie Lopat card. Speaking of, well, not speaking of, but here's another 51 Bowman. This is one of my favorite cards I've had in a long time. This is the Reading Rifle, the right fielder for the Brooklyn Dodgers, Carl Furillo, in an incredibly damaged card. And the damage in this card is incredible to me. Incredible. Number one, it is, as we like to say, it has been soaked with something. Either some grape knee-high or I don't know what. It is also wildly sun damaged. The colors on that card have been sucked out by the UV rays of this star that we travel around every day. And the reason it's been so sun damaged is because it's been displayed on somebody's wall. And I know that because these pinholes are, you've got, gaping pinholes up here. You got one remaining one there, and there's one that is covered up a little bit there. And these were not just pinholes, these were thumbtack holes. So as you can see, there's the rusty residue in a circle around where the actual pin went through. This is just incredible to me. Somebody was a big fan of Carl Furillo and wanted him on their wall all the time, starting in 1951. So somebody had this up on their wall. I will put him back on my wall in honor of the young person who first owned this card and loved it so much. So welcome to the Pinhole Holy Grail Wall of Fame to the Reading Rifle, Carl Furillo. And then the last card in this stack is the most expensive one. This is a second-year Don Newcomb, which is a little bit off-centered and certainly corner damaged, and I'm not going to get this graded or anything. It's got a little crease on the upper left-hand corner. And it's got that wax on the back, just as so many of these cards have. But Don Newcomb, of course, the great starting pitcher for the Brooklyn Dodgers in the middle 50s. And I bought this card because I just picked up another one of Don Newcomb's cards, which is this one, his rookie card. I got this, my buddy Pete had bought a card from somebody who was selling her husband's collection and offered them to him raw before she got them graded. I said, give me that Don Newcomb, it's beautiful. I just love the rosy cheeks and pure simplicity of this card. Just a beautiful rookie card for Don Newcomb. I'll probably get it graded myself in this 1950 Bowman. And so this is one half of the Brooklyn Battery that I teased at the beginning of the show. The other half of the Brooklyn Battery, if you know your Brooklyn Dodgers, is this guy, Roy Campanella, who I picked up this exhibit card of Roy Campanella. Now, I had Roy Campanella exhibit card on my saved eBay searches for a long time, and this one popped up. And in the listing, it said Roy Campanella exhibit card signed, ? And this was somebody's estate sale that was being liquidated, and you may be able to see through the, I'll take it out of the plastic, that it says, best wishes, Roy Campanella. Now, Roy Campanella has a bunch of different kinds of autographs. He had his accident, and so his signature changed quite a bit. And so I did a bunch of research on Roy Campanella's autograph and felt comfortable enough making a bid on this, and I won it for, I think, $30. If it's real, it'll be worth more than that. If it's not, I don't care. I wanted a Roy Campanella exhibit card, and so I now have one. So the question for you, the home viewer, is, do you think this is real? I'll send it to JSA at some point. And I know Frank, the Hall of Fame autograph collector, has a Roy Campanella video that I've seen that this looks like it could stand up, could hold up, but I don't know. It sort of isn't really important. I didn't really pay that much for it, so I'm good with the chance that it is, and if it's not, it's all good too. So that's it. That's the grand finale, and that's what this week in collecting was like for Mookie Chilson. I'm out of juice. I'm out of gas. That's the end. go be with your families. Thank you.